Hey, my name's Max, and can I get like 5 minutes of your time? Cool. Yeah, I've got some questions. I'd really love help answering. Like, why are so many of us closer to homelessness than being financially secure? Yet, billionaires are treated like one of us, and the unhoused are treated like animals. Are the unhoused not more like us? I mean, we honestly have more in common with an unhoused person than a billionaire. It's one negative life altering event, and the average American would find themselves in a similar financial position. So, why is it so hard for society to see them as people living an experience that, in a lot of cases, might have been out of their control? I mean, there's a multitude of factors that can lead to living on the streets, not just drug addiction. But why is it we only see them as failing addicts, not worthy of our compassion? And what if we tried seeing them as human first? We really do need to ask ourselves, why is it so upsetting to see them in public? Do you not want them seen because it's like a harsh reminder of the reality we live in? I mean, do they make you face your own internal fears? Fears like, what would you do if that were you? You know? And to be very clear, I'm not condoning drug addiction and abuse. However, I am saying there are more humane ways to help and discuss this issue, ways that create a healthier community, that allow others to thrive safely and with dignity. I mean, we treat the unhoused as if they're disposable, and they're not. We raid their camps and we destroy what little belongings they have, and they complain when we see them in public spaces. What sense does that make? They aren't dust bunnies to be swept under the rug. They're not trash to be cleaned from our streets. They're humans. And what I can't understand is why, if certain values tell us to love thy neighbor, why does that only seem to apply to the ones who resemble us most? Or, say, the unborn? And when that's the case, what makes an embryo more important than current life that already exists? What makes the potential in an unborn baby more important than the come up of someone who's had a hard life but found peace? Meaning, shouldn't we be equally pouring into current life on this planet in the same manner we pour into the potential of our unborn? It seems to me that capitalism has hardened our hearts here in America, so that we only value positive potential, and especially so if there's some sort of monetary value, while in the same breath we ignore the rich spiritual value of growth within transmuting hardship into prosperity. And look, I understand not everyone living on the streets can be reached. I'm not naive in this. I understand sometimes that the path they are most comfortable in is not a comfortable existence. And that's okay. But it's not okay to treat them as subhuman because of it. And we're not reinforcing bad habits by providing them food and shelter. We're showing them ways out, that community and compassion exists. And community creates that lifeline. Community is a hand helping you off the floor, showing you where support lies. And I know that may sound or seem like a foreign concept to the colonizers of this land and to a nation that has been made to be divided for easier control. However, community support helped this nation's people survive long before the Americas were ever formed. You know, not everyone is given the same opportunities at birth, and not everyone has a helping hand from a family member. So who are we to deny the helping hand of community to those who don't have that equal support? I mean, we're always looking for someone else to blame for why they're here. It's the government, it's the drugs, it's 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 us. When will we start to blame ourselves? When will we realize we've had this solution all along, but we refuse to do the community work needed? When will we prioritize our people and fund social services? When will we create housing accessible communities? When will we hold our governments accountable? When will we stop giving power to the rich who exploit the poor? When will we demand change? And when will we make it happen ourselves? But more importantly, when will we start to see the unhoused as fellow humans and not trash to be cleaned up? That's really all I have to say, and thank you for letting me have this space to ask these questions. My name is Maxwell Crouch, and I'm a transgender artist from Austin, Texas. In 2024, I created a 100% free pop-up clothing swap, and I called it Off the Community Rack in Austin. It was a way for me to serve my community as best I could. And I've traveled coast to coast in America, so I've seen some stuff. But honestly, my only real intention behind this piece is to inspire, or rather piss people off into more direct community action. And that's the key, direct community action. So if you are doing that stuff and you are working with the community, this really isn't for you, other than to hopefully inspire you to continue doing your good work. But if this made you feel some type of way and you're angry about it, then I really suggest finding ways to make tangible changes in our society. Physical changes. Like opening up your churches to have a food bank, or clothing drives. It's not just about money either. Like you can donate your time. Donate your time to local shelters. They're always looking for help in the kitchens. Create art that brings awareness, and stand up to your local governments. It's really time we put on our Karen wigs and demand they quit serving the billionaires. And if addiction is your main concern, then demand they do more to combat drug addiction. Demand they use more humane ways of handling unhoused populations. Or if all of this feels futile, then it's time. It's time we create our own grassroots community assistance programs. Whatever we end up doing, we have got to create a society that our fellow humans don't need to escape from. And the only way we're going to reduce homelessness is if we work together on this as a community. We all have our place in this. Figure out how you can help and do it.